Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're tackling something you interact with constantly. It's how we pay for things. We've been digging into some excerpts from a source called The Shifting Landscape of Payment Methods.
And our goal here really is to unpack that material, to understand, where things stand right now with payments, how it's all changing, and crucially, what does that actually mean for you day to day?
Okay, so let's jump in. The source makes it clear the foundation still is traditional cards, credit and debit.
Yeah, absolutely. The numbers in the text we looked at suggest they still cover something like, 69% of transactions?
Wow, okay, so plastic is definitely not going anywhere just yet.
Not at all. Cards are, they're everywhere. And it's interesting, they even form the backbone for a lot of the newer digital stuff we use. But yeah, while they're foundational, the source is pretty emphatic that there's a big shift underway, a definite move away from only using the physical card.
Right, and that shift is pushing hard towards digital, isn't it?
Yeah.
The source talks about mobile wallets, Apple Pay, Google Pay,
Yeah.
but also things like buy now, pay later popping up everywhere.
Exactly. And even direct account-to-account payments. These digital systems, they're not just swapping plastic for a phone. They bring different things to the table. Mobile wallets are convenient, contactless, right? Your actual card number isn't flying around. Buy now, pay later, well, that changes how people manage spending, spreads it out.
Yeah, that's a big one.
And those direct transfers, they could potentially sidestep the usual card networks entirely.
So definitely more going on than just ditching your wallet.
Yeah.
But the source seems to really hammer home why this is happening, and security seems like a huge piece of that puzzle. This is where it gets quite interesting, I think.
It really is. The material points directly at much stronger security protocols driving this digital adoption, things like tokenization, end-to-end encryption, and multi-factor authentication, MFA.
Okay, MFA, we've mostly all run into that. Getting a text code or something to log in adds layers, sure.
Yeah.
But tokenization, encryption.
Yeah.
How do those actually make, say, tapping your phone safer than swiping a card?
That's a really good question. So the source explains tokenization like this. Instead of your real card number being sent during a purchase, a unique one-time code that's the token is used instead. So if someone somehow intercepted that token, it's useless.
Because it's temporary and not your actual number.
Exactly. Can't be used again, doesn't give away your real details. It's like a disposable alias for that one transaction.
Right, like a secret handshake for each payment. Got it.
Pretty much. And end-to-end encryption just means the data is scrambled, unreadable from your device all the way to the payment processor.
So intercepting it mid-journey doesn't help the bad guys either.
Correct. It's protected the whole way.
Okay, that clarifies things a lot. Now, the source used this interesting term, sustainable. It said these digital systems are sustainable because of this evolving security. That doesn't sound like, green sustainable.
No, it's a different meaning here, but it's a really key insight from the material. Sustainable in this context means their ability to basically survive and adapt over time, specifically against the constant threat of fraud.
So unlike a physical card, which kind of has static security features.
Right, the magnetic stripe, the chip.
Right.
They don't really change much once the card is issued. Digital systems, though, can be updated constantly. New defenses rolled out.
So it's like a continuous arms race. Security versus the fraudsters.
That's exactly how the source frames it. It explicitly mentions that, as digital payments grow, so do the attempts at fraud, more sophisticated attempts. So it's not a set it and forget it situation. It demands ongoing development, new types of tokenization, better MFA, always needing to stay one step ahead.
It really sounds like this constant back and forth, this battle between security and fraud, is what's fundamentally reshaping the whole system you use every day, even if all you see is tapping your phone.
That's the core message, I think. How you pay is changing fast. Driven by wanting things easier, sure, but also this nonstop push to keep things secure against ever smarter threats.
So, pulling it all together for you listening, what's the main takeaway? The source clearly shows this fundamental shift. Traditional cards, yeah, they're still the base layer, but digital ways of paying are growing incredibly fast. And a huge reason why is this constantly evolving security fighting back against rising fraud.
Right. And maybe a final thought to leave you with, something the source makes you consider. Given how fast these security tools, tokenization, MFA, whatever comes next, are developing specifically to beat fraud, what kind of completely new payment innovations might pop up next just to stay ahead in that race? And how might that change what's in your wallet? Or perhaps even make a physical wallet totally unnecessary sooner than we think. Definitely something to mull over.